There is so much more to say about concussion because it is such a common problem. I mean, when I say that, elderly people fall and are not diagnosed with a concussion. They may fall because they didn't get their arm out, hit their head, they may have a bruise, but their brain goes through changes from the impact, even if it's not that noticeable. And you really want to consider the different areas of our humanity, let's say it like that, our emotional, mental, psychological health. How is it impacted after an actual impact? Are we shorter in our emotional state, less bandwidth? Are we more agitated? Are things aggravating us? There's sensory issues where light might bother you, or sound or loud noise where perhaps before it wasn't quite as bad. There are other areas like our cognition. I'm not so clear. People will say, maybe I have brain fog. Maybe I'm just getting older. When we look at these things, there's also the physical. Their neck can be a problem. Their body, somewhere in their body can have an increased level of discomfort, and also dizziness. That's a very common finding that people will complain about, or heart rate elevation. So all of these functions are related to certain areas of the brain and the brain stem. And so when we have any kind of impact, it really behooves us to get a proper kind of evaluation. Previously we would say, stay away from screens, keep yourself limited in your activity. But really the more current literature says, get a proper evaluation by someone in the healthcare team that knows how to understand oculomotor tracking, eye movements. Your eye movements can be tested by some in the optometry world that are using instrumentation, many in the functional neurology world that use the same instrumentation. So eye movement testing, it's exactly what they do in the NFL when they go into the tent and they do the concussion protocol. They're looking at their eyes. So we want to know, how's the eye tracking with this person? And we measure that carefully. So if moving your eyes just for yourself, if you were to look at your own thumb, and I'm not recommending you do this right now, if you have had a head injury, you need to see someone first. But a test we might do is look at the thumb and move the head in relation to that, and move the thumb while we try to keep our eyes on it. That may cause a disruption, even small amount. If you feel off with that, it's really important, and you've had some impact, to get an evaluation, to know what's going on in those systems between the visual and the vestibular, or the inner ear mechanism. So that's just a little bit to understand concussion and some of the ways to evaluate your problems.